Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I have done one of these, but I'm actually gonna be doing another review on a video game. Yep, a video game. I thought about doing one on I've been trying to finish up the DreamWorks reviews, but thanks to streaming, I can't actually watch all the movies right now. I do have it on DVD because I've been buying up the DVDs, but I've had some issues with some family and all that, behind the scenes and all that. So I had to actually I'm gonna have to get the DVD and all that to actually watch the movie because I can't watch all the movies right now because I have Peacock and Netflix and all that, but I still don't have access to Trolls 3 and all that. It's a freaking mess. So yeah. But in this video, I actually want to do a review on New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Yes, that's right. We're going to be doing New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Now, I think I'm going to do it like this. I think I'm going to probably go ahead and review all of the New Super Mario Bros. Games because I pretty much, at this point, had pretty much played all of them. I might as well go ahead and just review the other two as well. I've played all, well, I guess I haven't actually played in a while, but I've actually played 2 and all that, so I might go ahead and actually do a review on that, but I've watched Let's Players play these games, because I'm like, there's so much, talk of the games and all that, and people talk about their thoughts on the games, and their downfall and all that, so I figured, why not talk about them in the reviews and what I think about the games. Now, if you guys watched my reviews on I did a review on on New Super Mario Bros. DS. I talked about how I really liked that game and all. It had some problems with it, but it was really fun. It was a really fun game. The music was really fun. The bosses were fun and all that. I talked about all that. So I figured, why not talk about this game and the future titles and see how well they hold up. But if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1K subs. We're almost at 600. I'll give you guys a super reward video if we get to 1K subs. But I will give you guys a reward video too if we get to 600 subs, which we're almost there. We're getting very close. I really appreciate it. But I want to get to 1K subs because that's when I'm going to start trying to work on maybe advertising my videos more. Because, things are kind of tight right now because of, again, things going on behind the scenes, and it's been causing me problems with jobs and YouTube, so, yeah. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and actually get into this. Let's talk about New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So similarly to New Super Mario Bros. DS, I actually wrote down some notes. I think I'm going to actually do this for every video game I review, because unlike a movie, because I was doing this with a movie for a while, but I feel like I always remembered what I wanted to point out. I mean, sometimes I would write it down for a while there, when I, and all that. But I got to the point where, I was remembering everything except the names, but I'm like, I don't know, the names really weren't the most important thing in the movies. I feel like, I didn't really want to do all that, so I kind of just quit writing the stuff down, and I probably could have done that this time around with my DreamWorks reviews, because I've watched so many DreamWorks movies, because I watched them actually, some of them out of order, but I want to review those in order, but I mean, I don't have a problem rewatching, some of these movies again, but these games are a little bit different. different. You know, they take a little while to play. Because I actually had to replay the game, you know. Because I want to replay the game, you know, not just watch it, but play it too to see how it feels and all that. Because people play the games differently. And actually, I've had some people use Dolphin emulators, which I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't really, you know, because knowing how strict Nintendo is, I mean, they've always been like this, but especially recently, I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't taken down Dolphin emulators yet, or gone after them, because, yeah, apparently, I mean, I guess if you own the game and the consoles, I don't know how that really works, because I think modding, I think is legal. You can mod games, but using an emulator, I don't know if that's actually legal or not, but people do it all the time, so I don't know, but modding, you can mod a game, you just can't, you can't sell it. Because, I mean, to be fair, it'd be a real pain to go after people who mod games, because I'm like, there's so many of them, you know? So I'm like, you know, then, you know, just like, you know, they can't, I mean, they're not selling it, they can't really do much about it. I don't know, it's very confusing, but I don't know. But yeah, some people just use an actual, like, Xbox controller or something like that. I just use a typical Wii remote to play the game, you know? You can actually use an option for nunchucks too and all that, but I use the Wii remote. So I wanted to kind of play the game because I haven't played it in years, you know. You know, I've always watched people play it because I played more on the handheld stuff, you know. So, you know, so I wanted to kind of play the game. It's gonna be fun playing like the Galaxy games too, because when I do the reviews, even though they're coming out on the Switch, for some reason Galaxy One's doing the same thing. I'm gonna be doing it on the original Wii, because I'm gonna eventually down the road do the reviews on those separate when I do all that comparison, you know, because the Switch has so many, you know, remakes and all on it. I feel like, you know, maybe comparing them to the original would make more sense, you know, in like one video or something like that. I don't know. I haven't decided on that yet, because there's so many of them too. The videos could be long. I don't know. But, yeah, so, anywho, but yeah, basically, so we're gonna go ahead and actually start this, so yeah, I was just kind of going over kind of what's happened, but yeah, I played with the Wii remote, so I was playing it kind of how, you know, it was intended and all that, and, I'm gonna say this game, I gotta say, it actually looks very good. Like, this game looks really good. Like, it looks really good. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and actually put the, get my notebook up here. I had to actually, use a different notebook than the one I had, because I actually had a separate notebook planned for this, but I left that at my dad's. I didn't have anything written down on it, but actually, no, I think I had some stuff written down on it, but not a lot, because I watched people play it, because I was gonna, you know, play the game too and all, and then review it, but, you know, I don't know, they didn't get to that, but I was gonna say, yeah, the game itself actually looks very good. It looks very good, you know, like, it looks very good. I'm gonna say this, though, some things, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say some things I think looked better on the DS. Yeah, the DS, out of all things, I think looked better than what they did with the game here. For example, like the poison, you know, in the jungle world. Like, I don't really like that they, I don't really like the poison in the later games. Like, it looks too much like lava. But it looks too much like lava and less like poison, you know? Because in the DS version, it looks more like, it looks more like, you know, liquidly and less like lava, you know? And then the thing is with the lava actually looks more liquidly than, I mean, to be fair, in real life, it's more of that, but, you know, but, it can be more liquidy, but I'll say the lava kind of looks a little bit I don't know, a lot of it doesn't look as good with as the Poison did in the DS version, but it still looked kind of interesting. The biggest thing with the DS version was the pixels. Like, it looked very pixely and all that, so the models did not look the best. They did not look the best on the DS at all. Where the Wii one, they look a lot more up to date, like Sunshine and all that. They look a lot better, because it's on the Wii, which came out after the GameCube. So it looks a lot, the images look a lot cleaner, But that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. I think some of the changes they made to some of the stuff does not look as good as the DS one. But for the most part, I would say this game definitely looks better than the DS one. Also, strangely enough, I want to point this out too. From here on out, with the rest of the games, Mario's voice lines, including Luigi's, are actually, actually have different voice lines. Like, I'm not sure why they changed this, but in the DS one, he'll say, "Here we go," when he enters a level. But then in the Wii and all, he'll say, "Let's go." And all that, or like he goes in a castle, he'll say, "It's a go time," yeah, that's what he'll say. And then like when you beat a level, he'll say Mario time, but in the DS version, he'll say, "That's so nice," like I don't know why they changed the voice lines. I mean, I don't have nothing wrong with it. I mean, pretty much most of the Mario games, Mario's gonna have different lines, but I just find it kind of weird. Like, I mean, if it's a sequel to the game, you would think he would have, similar lines, but I guess they changed it for some weird reason. I don't know. But something else they changed too is the music in the game. And I gotta say, this is probably a highlight I like about this game. I do like the music. I don't think it's as catchy as the DS version. Well, most of the tracks. There is one track I will say I like in this game better. I like it better than in the DS version. And that's the athletic theme. I don't know why. I really like the athletic theme in this game better than the DS one. Which is ironic because it's a remix. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, but when I was little, my stupid mind, I shouldn't call me stupid, but my stupid little mind was trying to tell me, that, it was trying to tell me that, like this is, that it was different music when in fact it was the same music. I guess I didn't really play them back to back, but when I started watching Let's Players, I didn't, do that, but here's a listen to the music. But you guys can hear the tracks there and all that. Now those don't sound a lot like remixes, but these do. But there's a lot of tracks in this game that are kind of remixes. even this one. Which I don't know if you guys can hear this one. This one sounds similar to the original, but hearing this, see? That jingle, they actually give you quite a bit of those. And a lot of these tracks are remixes of the DS one. Even the music and the what was it, the boss theme music is actually a remix too. The overworld themes though are more noticeable, but this is something Nintendo does a lot in their games. They'll make a lot of remixes. But if you guys play on the DS and all, and you play the Wii and all, they'll do all that. I think even the castle theme, has that. But yeah, I really like the athletic theme here. I mean, I like the 8-bit version to it, the way it sounds. I like that too. But something about this game's soundtrack, and I don't know, I really like the I like it. I just don't like most of the tracks compared to the DS one. Cause they sound a bit more. I mean, they're good, but they sound more. Most of them sound a bit more, goofier and less intimidating, or like, their own thing, which is not a bad thing. For the most part, I mean, we'll get to some games later down the road where I feel like they kind of ruin the tracks a little bit, but I can talk about those later. But these tracks are really good, like they really are, and there's actually more of them in this game, because in the DS one, I talked about how they kind of reuse the same music over and over again. They use the same music over and over again. So you hear the overworld theme in pretty much almost all the worlds. They even, for some reason, use them in the desert worlds, which is kind of interesting. The desert worlds, which are supposed to have desert themes. So I'm not sure why they did all that. Was kind of a weird choice by design there. But here they actually even give the jungle world its own theme too. Now again, I don't really care for the track a bunch, but I do like it. I just don't think it's my favorite jungle track in the games. To be fair though, there really isn't a lot of like a jungle stuff. So actually, I think New Super Mario Bros. DS was the first game to actually introduce the rock world and the jungle world. I mean, to be fair, there was Super Mario World that did have an islands, but it really didn't have a rock themed world. This one actually does. All of them will pretty much all of them at this point will have the most of the worlds. And now when we get to New Super Mario Bros. 2, they actually get rid of some of that stuff, which is kind of strange, but I'll get to that later. But I'll say the tracks in this game are really good. Like, they really are. They're not as good as the DS one, but I appreciate that they're actually doing something different. Now, funny thing about this game is actually, I don't know much about the beta version of these games, because people really only talk about the DS one. So I don't know about the other New Super Mario Bros. Games, but I do know that originally they were gonna have the athletic theme from the DS version be in this game. You can actually find footage of the game. If you watch the trailers, you can actually find they're playing one of the World 7. It's one of the World 7, levels. You can actually find the athletic theme in that level, and it uses the DS one. So I'm guessing they must have cut it pretty late, because it was already there and all that. So that's kind of crazy. They actually were going to use the athletic theme originally there, but I guess they decided to just do a different version, which I mean I like, because I told you guys I like this one better. And even if I did it, I'm like kind of taking that out, it's kind of nice and all that, but trying to change it up a little bit, but it is kind of weird. I don't know if they were gonna maybe they were just gonna have the overworld theme place, or maybe they're gonna have more themes, play from there. But I don't know. But one theme I'll say I don't really care for in this game is the ghost theme that much. I don't really care for that theme too much. That one I don't really care for it. It doesn't. It doesn't sound that great. Like, I mean, it's not the worst theme I've heard, but I don't really care for the ghost world themes in this game. It's not one of my favorites. Like, I think the DS one definitely did this one better. I mean, the DS did most of these tracks better, but I don't know, the ghost world just they don't have really that much themes in there. And speaking of, I guess, themes, the levels, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this real quick because I have this pulled up, because I forgot to pull this up when I was reviewing the DS, version of the game. But, I wanted to point this out, and I wrote these kind of out of order. They're, like, all over the place. I can show you guys the papers, maybe, I guess, afterwards. But I wrote some notes down here. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably just wait to show that off until later, but I have, I wrote down unique levels, so that doesn't mean necessarily the levels are, bad. But they're not as unique, and I'm trying to figure out where I had that at. Let's see here, oh, here we go. New Super Mario Bros. It's the only game, by the way, it has the least amount of levels, but there's like 77 levels in this game. And 39 of them out of the 77 are actually unique. But actually, looking at calculating, that's actually, like, I think about over half of the levels are very unique. Because a lot of people have been kind of complaining about that stuff. Even people are talking about the levels are not as unique. I've even seen some people criticize DS, and I'm like, have you guys played that game? I'm like, there's like there are lots of unique levels in there. I'm like, I had some people complain about that. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? There's like unique levels all over the place. Now, Wii's, they kind of get more creative as the game goes on. I don't think they're as good in the first couple worlds. They actually get better as they go on. Like, they're kind of introducing some stuff. I guess, wasn't DS kind of like that too? Actually, DS did do some unique stuff. Like, they actually, they had an entire underwater level where you were avoiding sharks, in an auto-scroller, which was kind of weird in a World 1 theme. And all that was kind of weird. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think what I had for numbers. I had 47 out of 81 there. So yeah, there's a lot more in there. So yeah, that's a lot of levels in that game. But that just shows you again that this game also has a lot of unique levels in it too. I just don't think they stand out as much, but that's also, we also have to look again that there's only 77 levels. That's not a lot of levels. I'm not sure why it was so short compared to the other ones, but it was. Yeah, it was very short, but yeah, like the canon levels, they're kind of like the DS one, they don't really count. That's something they didn't really do, which I kind of miss in the DS one, by the way, is the canon levels. I didn't really talk about them because, well, they're not really much, they're just bonus levels, but, in the DS one, they would show the backgrounds of the worlds you would get shot to. I mean, I guess they didn't want you to maybe get spoiled with the worlds, but I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that kind of takes away the vibe a little bit, it takes the vibe away a little bit, and, but I noticed they did also take away the timer, too, so it's actually impossible, I think, to die. I don't know if you can actually exit out of the level or not. I actually didn't try that, but I don't think you can exit out of the levels, so I don't believe it unless you actually beat the levels. So I don't know, you might be screwed there if you don't want to, because I've seen some players go there by accident, and then they have to, like, wait for the timer to go out because they're trying to, like, not be spoiled. So, I guess you could turn off the console, but, like, what if you didn't save, you know? I mean, I don't know. But I'm kind of talking a lot about the music. I want to talk about, speaking of bosses and music and all that, I want to talk about the return of the Koopalings, too. Now, I know, after a while, people kind of got sick of the Koopalings. But actually, I'm really happy they returned in this game. I really do like their fights for the most part. They're actually very fun and unique. I will say, I don't know, I still think I like the DS ones a little bit better because they feel like they're more surprises, you know. But I will say, them making the fireballs not as, you know, easy to take them out, it makes it harder for you to actually take out the Koopalings, and they do their shell attacks. However, their shell attacks are kind of an issue too, because with their shell attacks, you can actually, you know, attack them before they even get to do anything, you know. So, I mean, I guess they wanted to have the shell attacks because of, they wanted to give them the shell attacks because, you know, they had their shell attacks, you know, they basically match from the older games, but I'm just like, I feel like that's just kind of, like, I mean, makes it a little too easy to take them out, you know, at times, like, you could take them out before they even come back up, you know, but, I mean, sometimes, though, some of the bosses, even when they do the shell attack, though, I've actually missed some of them, but a lot of them I have not, you know, and that's the thing, you know, it's very easy to take them out, you know, but I don't know, I mean, you don't want to make it too difficult either, you know, I think making it too difficult, especially when the earlier bosses, it can make it kind of tedious to play, because you want to get used to the game and all that, but especially if you're playing with multiple players, though, that's the problem. You could be playing with multiple players, because this game's 4-player, you could be playing with 4 players, and, you know, that could be a problem, too, with the bosses. Make it too easy. But, I don't know. I do find it ironic, though, they're a lot older, too, in this game. Were they older in the original? I don't know. I haven't played I've never played, like, all the way through Mario Bros. 3. I played Mario World. I beat that game a long time ago. But I never really knew if the Koopalings were actually older, because in the cartoons, they're actually a lot younger. Except Cutie Pie, she's like, she's apparently 16 years old, according to the Super Mario Bros. 3 show, you know? So, I don't know. I don't even know if she's the oldest. They don't really address it, but I think they mentioned that the Hip and Hop are younger, which their names are Iggy and, I forgot Iggy's the one with the glasses, and I can't remember the other one's name. But yeah, they're basically a lot older, so it's kind of weird. But I do really like that they did kind of bring them back. But yeah. It's pretty nice. But I'm trying to see what else there was. It said the bosses are fun. I already talked about that. I'm kind of going down the good stuff first, because I do have a lot of bad stuff I want to talk about this game too. But I want to get the good stuff out of the way. Let's see, oh yeah, this is something, I talked about this at the beginning of the video, but the power-up houses in this game, the power-up houses are so much more fun than in the DS one. The DS ones kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie, I hate to say it. My only complaint about this game, though, with the power-up houses is, well, they don't have Toadsworth in the game. They don't have Toadsworth in the game. Yeah, pretty much Nintendo, it started kind of phasing him out. I have no idea why. I'm like, why couldn't they have Toadsworth in the game? You know, I don't see why. I mean, I know Nintendo has cut characters throughout history. I mean, there was a Mario anime movie at one point. Yeah, there was that. They actually cut out, like, there was a Prince character and all, they cut him out, which makes sense. I don't feel like he would fit in the world very well. And even all these kings, like, you know, like, I can understand why they got cut out, but why did they have to cut out, you know, like, Toadsworth? Like, I don't feel like he really would have done much. I don't know, I feel like having him in there would be nice, but it's like I don't know, I feel like that would make more sense, but like he could have helped raise her, Princess Peach, I don't know, it seems kind of weird, but I started kind of phasing him out, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know. But the power-up houses, though, are definitely a lot more fun. I will say I do miss the Mega Mushroom, though. Apparently that was planned in the game, so I guess there is that beta fact, too. They actually had the Mega Mushroom planned. However, I don't know how far it got in production, though, before they cut it. So, I don't know if it was an idea they had, and then they cut it, or maybe they actually had it in the game. So, I have not seen any working footage of it, so I don't know if they actually had it in there, but it's kind of sad they kind of cut it. They also cut out, not just it, they cut out, the blue shell, too. And the penguin suit replaced it. Yeah, the penguin suit kind of replaced it. It replaced the blue shell power-up. The penguin suit kind of just took over the blue shell and all that, and then the mini mushrooms in here. I will say the mini mushroom, though, it doesn't really serve much of a purpose in this game. The mini mushroom, it's used in a few levels, but they really don't do a lot with it anymore. I mean, they give Mario like a high-pitched voice, but honestly, the DS one, I'm just gonna say this, I think the DS one did the mini mushroom the best. Because, you could use it to skip worlds, because you can unlock a couple worlds. And then also, there was also, like, if you went in a cannon, it would shoot you higher. They don't do that anymore. you pretty much go exactly the same height, so it's not as fun to really use the mini mushroom anymore as it used to be. And honestly, they have it in the Toad's houses, but pretty much all the levels, have it in there, which I know that was a big complaint with the DS one, but I don't think it would have been as bad if, again, the freaking Toad houses that didn't suck in that game. I don't think it would have been as bad, I think it wouldn't have been a problem for people. I mean, yeah, some people probably would have complained, but again, I don't think people would be as upset about it, but that's the thing, though. It's pretty much pointless to really have, the Toad house, with the mini mushroom and all that, because of that, However, for the most part, the power-ups and the Toad houses, I think they actually have helped me through, some times in the levels, because, there was quite a few times where, I died and all that in the levels, and well, actually, I think I've lost my power-ups more than died, but, I'm gonna get to that in a second, but, yeah, there were some stupid deaths that happened that I'm not happy about, but some of the levels in the later game, some of the levels were hard, this game is definitely hard. I don't think it's as hard as the DS. The DS one's really hard. I mean, it's freaking hard. I would say, like 4, and then definitely 7 and 8 are really hard levels. I mean, the other ones are not as hard, but, they're the rest of them are pretty hard, trust me. I say so many players struggle, too, so I'm not the only one. I've seen people, especially in World 8, God, people have, struggled on that really bad. I've seen some people die on these games, too, but not as much. That's the thing, too, the one-up houses, they definitely don't serve a purpose with the one-up houses in the game, because you can just, you don't really need the one-ups, but it is cool to shoot in there, so, but for the most part, yeah, I think the game's difficulty is pretty hard, but I still don't think the one-ups are really, because you can get them throughout the levels, yeah, they are. I think the repeller suit also helps you get to the top of the flagpole easier, too, because I know in the DS one, it's a lot harder to get the one-ups, too, so. But, I don't know, I was trying to see what else we had, though, here. Oh, yeah, so you guys, on the DS version, you guys, also can do this. You can spin star coins on, signs on the DS. DSs to unlock like levels, and then you can also unlock pathways to houses and all that. And then later on, you can unlock themes. In this game, you can actually unlock hints. You can actually go in Peach's castle and actually unlock hints, which is really cool. Now, not all these hints are very useful. Like, I don't think you're gonna really need a bunch of one-up tricks, but they can be very useful. For like getting star coins and all that. Yeah, you can get some star coins. So basically, before we had YouTube, we had this. I guess to be fair, YouTube was kind of a thing around this time, because that's where we had that trailer or two for the game. That I actually have found online. Of the E3 stuff. Actually, I don't think it was E3. I think it's like test footage. I don't think it was E3. But that was like the athletic theme and all that I was talking about. But still, it's still really nice to have that, so you don't have to go on the internet to look it up. That's pretty nice to have, because some of the star coins can be kind of hard. Now, it doesn't actually show you all of them, so, there's that, because this game is also filled with secrets. They have hidden walls and all that. And for the most part, they're actually very generous with you. They don't, hide them in stupid spots. But there are occasions where they'll hide them in freaking stupid spots, and you have to, just go through random walls and check it, which can take time and all that, Which this is something I actually did not write down, but I forgot to bring up in the DS version. Just a heads up, speaking of the time, most of the time you do a level, there's the time limit is not going to matter, they give you plenty of time in these levels. And maybe it's to collect maybe one-ups or coins, but I'm pretty sure I've seen other people, I've seen people do, touching all coins and this and that, and they've had plenty of time, So it feels like for the most part, there's a few times even in this game I've almost ran out of time, but for the most part, the time limit is not really going to affect you. Which makes me want to know why they even put a freaking timer in the levels in the first place. They should have, shortened the time down a little bit, I don't know. It's... I don't know. It just seems kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of something I forgot to point out, but I figured I'd point it out here. But yeah, I'll say, the fact that you can spend them on hints is really nice. I do like unlocking paths better, and then you can use it to save it instead of having to go to a castle. Because I had problems on the Wii with cutout. To be fair, though, getting to a castle doesn't take you very long, because you get to a fortress or a castle and you can save afterwards. Or take a cannon to the end. Like, you could go to Bowser and... you can go to Bowser and fight him, and then you can, just unlock the ability to save at all times, but... I don't know, it's not really it's the biggest thing, but... I don't know, I kind of liked having more uses for the star coins like that, but the hints is nice, too, I'll say that. So, I'm fine with that. This is another thing I want to point out. Now, this is something people don't really point out, but you see in this picture here, you can actually get different colored Yoshis in this game, too. Now, usually you see Yoshi as the color green, green. Or if you play Mario Sunshine, he's got, he eats fruits, I guess, and turns into different colors, which is kind of weird. This one, you get, a yellow Yoshi, you can get a blue Yoshi, and you got a pink one. That's actually really cool. I really like the different colored Yoshis. My guess is maybe they're supposed to match the characters or something, but I really like the different colored Yoshis. Unfortunately, Yoshi, honestly, unlike Super Mario World, you cannot take Yoshi anywhere you go. Super Mario World, I'll say, I actually have not played the game in a while, so I do not remember the entire game, but I remember that was a big thing you could do. I think you could even take him in the water levels, if I remember correctly, which Yoshi hates water, but you could force him in there. Have that Yoshi abuse, I guess. Yeah, Mario and Luigi are gonna bully the Yoshis. Bully those poor Yoshis. No wonder why they. I wonder how they feel about that. But yeah, I don't know. But anywho, yeah, but it is nice seeing different colors. But yeah, you cannot take them with, and I'm guessing maybe because it might make the game a little bit more broken. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm just, because I mean, yeah, it can make it a little bit broken at times. But I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, you could just take them into like, I mean, you could basically do what you did in the other games. But you can't take them into like castles or ghost houses, you know. I mean, if there's 77 levels, that would take out quite a bit, because there's like two like a castle and a fortress, in each world, So it's like, what, 16, right? Yeah, like 16 levels. Not counting the ghost levels. So, I mean, I don't really see why you can't just bring them with you, but I don't know. But, I mean, they do appear in, like 5 different levels. So that's kind of, actually, no, I think they appear in more than that. Yeah, they appear in almost every world. I don't know if they appear in, like, I haven't really seen them in, I haven't really looked around a lot in World 7, 8, and 9, but I do know they appear in World 6, and before that, I've seen them in there. So, I don't know, that's just kind of weird, but, yeah, I do like the idea of having, different, Yoshi colors and all that, so it feels a little bit more fresh, But yeah, I also have the, the new Super Mario Brothers puzzle, too. I actually bought that. I can't remember where I bought that at, but I bought that puzzle, and then I have all these different colored Yoshis. Pretty cool. But, I don't know, but anywho, though, I guess I'm gonna move on to the bad, because I'm about getting ready to wrap things up here soon. But I wanted to kind of talk about the good stuff first, and then work on the bad, because I like going back and forth is kind of difficult. Now this is something that might be a little controversial to people, but I think the controls in this game kind of suck a bit. Like, they kind of suck. Like, I don't really like the idea of using freaking motion controls throughout the entire game. Because sometimes I'm, like, trying to, like, sometimes I scratch my nose or something like that, or I rub it, or whatever it is, and, sometimes Mario will randomly shake. He'll do his twirl, jump, because that's something that's brought back from Super Mario World as well, Or like, or they'll have you doing this thing where you're trying to, like, tilt the Wii remote. Because I had that problem. In, like, freaking World 7 Dash Fortress. God, that level was fucking horrible. I hate that level so much. Like, that level pissed me off. Yeah, it pissed me off. Speaking of that, so I want to point this out too. I don't know if I wrote this down or not, but if I did, well, oh well. This is kind of going into this, because I fucking died so many damn times in that level. I mean, I could have just, saved and then, like, exit out of the level, but I didn't want to really do that, because I'm like, I kind of want to test to see if you can do this or not. But I was trying to, because if you like to 100% the game is very mean to you. If you die too many times and you save the game, there's absolutely no way of getting back the shiny stars on your profile that I'm aware of. And I mean, I get it's supposed to be a freaking challenge, but I'm like, that's kind of mean. I'm not. That's a bit freaking of a troll there. Like, that's a freaking troll. Like, you should be able to at least go back and play the damn level again and earn back those shiny stars. Like, why the hell would you want to make all this damn progress and then that shit happens to you? I mean, the game's not, like, super duper long, but still, that's just frustrating, It's frustrating, And I'm gonna clarify that this is the depths I was talking about. I probably died there more than, there actually wasn't a lot of levels I surprisingly died in as much, but that was one level I did die in a ton. Was in that level, And that was mostly because the freaking controls, like I was trying to like turn the damn the Wii remote, trying to get it, to go this way, and then trying to throw bombs to get this freaking star coin. Sorry, my throat's all scratchy. But I was trying to, get this Wii remote, thrown. I mean, not the Wii remote. So I'm trying to throw these bombs at this star coin to get it out of there and all that. And anytime I try to go throw it, or like, it's like weird. It's like I was trying to like jump off of it, and sometimes I don't know, it was acting all weird. Like it was moving the opposite direction I was trying to go. I was trying to throw in the bombs. I don't know, it was very awkward and weird, and I'm just like, I hated it so damn much. Now, I did watch someone stream the game, was streaming, this is a recent person I subscribed to, I don't remember his name, but he was, doing something like that, and, he was playing Mario Galaxy 2, and, the perfect run, and I brought that up, and he said he never had a problem with it. But I don't know, but I had a problem with it. I was, trying to, I was trying to tilt it, and, the tilting wasn't the problem, it was, the problem was trying to get it to, the problem was trying to get the freaking bombs to, blow up the freaking thing, because it was going the opposite way I was trying to go. It's kind of hard to explain what was happening, but it was fucking annoying. And this isn't the only issue I've had, I don't know if I brought this up in my review on New Super Mario Bros. DS, but the Lakitus, by the way, this game, you can actually jump on them. In the original, the game, you could not jump on them. You had to, shoot a fireball or hit them with a shell. Otherwise, they would just, their cloud would be destroyed. Which I thought was kind of stupid. Well, this game, they actually fixed that. However, they did something much, much worse. They actually made a freaking, they made the freaking cloud disappear really fast. And I want to clarify, the damn coins are in the air. They're in the air. And, you're, trying to guess where they're all at. I mean, if you know where they're at, it's not that big of a deal. Because once I figured out where the coin was at, it wasn't that big of a deal. But me trying to go up there and look for it in freaking World 2, and the freaking Lakitus are, so high up you can barely reach them, it was fucking annoying, It was fucking annoying to do. I hated it. I hated it, though. I really did. I was, just fucking, it was pissing me off. I'm sorry for, getting so worked up right now, but I'm that was frustrating, and, there's not too many levels in the game that were doing that. There was that, those two, and then there was one in World 9, because that's the secret world, because in this game, they brought World 9 back from Super Mario Worlds, so, it's not, a brand new world, but it's just called World 9 in this game. I don't know, I kind of don't mind, I know some people have complained about this, but I actually don't really mind them just having numbers, and worlds, I don't feel like they really need to be labeled, because I was thinking they could label it, but I'm what are they gonna call the worlds, they're kind of just I don't know what they would call the worlds, because they kind of do this a little bit later down the road, and in New Super Mario Bros. U, which I'll talk about that later, but then they kind of I believe in Super Mario 3D World, they kind of, after that game, they kind of go back to just calling it this or that. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, but I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting there, but yeah, but I don't mind that. But yeah, basically that level, there was an auto scroll, which ironically was also a desert, and it had it was kind of in the sky, kind of World 7 was. So it's funny, it had both elements kind of in it. It wasn't in the clouds, but it had it was an auto scroller in the sky, because that's the sky world. And then it was freaking annoying because I was trying to that level was more annoying because, I don't know, every time I try to, get over there, it's the freaking bombs would, blow up. I couldn't dodge them because they would come out too fast. I would try to move over a little bit, this or that. like I would not have time to really react, and I get it's supposed to be hard, but I'm like, I don't know, like I couldn't really figure out how to like the patterns there, but like every time I would die to freeze the stupid piranha to get into the last star coin, I would literally have to go right back to the beginning and have an auto scroller again. Like, ugh. I can understand why some people might not like auto scrollers. For the most part, though, I don't mind them. But it's that crap I don't like, is when they have to do crap like that over and over again, like too many times. It just drives me nuts. But yeah, I think I I guess I had the star thing on there. Okay, I had that. Let's see what else they had. Oh yeah, also, I didn't bring this up yet. I talked about the mushroom house, how I like them in this game. This is something I don't really like, though, is, unlike New Super Mario Bros. DS, if you, the only way to, like, get the mushroom houses to stay and not disappear is to have them basically, well, it's basically to have the mushroom houses, you have to, like, get all the star coins. Like, you can't, not just to beat the levels, to actually get all the star coins, then the mushroom houses actually stay and don't go away. Which I'm just like, at that point, I'm like, well, why the hell to even have the damn mushroom houses even stay at that point if it's gonna do that? Like, I don't get it. Like why can't you just get them back, like, when you beat Bowser or something, I don't understand that. Like, I thought you had to at least beat all the levels, but no, you had to beat all the levels and get all the star coins to do that. And I mean, to be fair, even to unlock the levels in World 9, you have to get all the star coins in the rest of the worlds anyway. But usually that's the harder levels, so you could just beat them and go back with the power-ups, so it'd be a little bit useful. But no, they apparently will not completely stay open until afterwards, which makes the whole thing so stupid, But, yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think in DS, I mean, it's been a little while since I 100%ed that game, because when I actually reviewed it, I didn't actually play through the entire game, because, well, I already kind of did that not that long ago after that. This game I played through again because I haven't played it in a long time, so. But, yeah, that's just kind of stupid that they actually did that, though. I really don't like that. But also, I wanted to see what else we have here. Okay, I already talked about the mini mushrooms. Also, I talked about the cloud thing. Yeah, I guess I talked about pretty much everything, though. I guess I did talk about the bad stuff a little bit with the good stuff, but some of that stuff kind of went in together. But I usually just wrote it as notes because it makes it easier that way to read. But yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like about the game, but there's a lot of things I do like about the game. I think, though, it's time I give this a score, though, because I'm getting ready to wrap things up here. Anywho, let's go ahead and give it a score. I'm going to give it a good. That's right, we're going to give this one a good, because even though I have a lot of problems with the game, I think it's still a good. I know, shocking, right? But also, I'm going to be giving it... Yep, 93 points. Not bad at all. I think it probably would have got 100 points if it weren't for the fact there was motion controls in the game. The motion controls in the game, though, really don't affect the game too much for the most part. Only a few levels. But I hate how easily you can actually have Mario shake the controller and all that. It can be kind of annoying, or if you have him shake and all that, it's kind of annoying at times. Like, I'll say the motion controls can be good on the Wii, but like I swear it's literally like so split down the middle with people on this stuff. This is like, but I think the motion controls don't really work well with this game at all. I think it makes it kind of more difficult to play at times, because you could be like, you can easily shake the remote and all, and it cause problems. But plus, like I said, I was trying to like throw the damn bombs in that one stage to get the star coin, and it cost me my glowing stars because I was trying to get over there and freaking throw it while I was, trying to freaking dodge a bunch of freaking bombs coming at me too and all that. It made the level a lot more annoying. Like, I'm sure maybe with some practice I could probably get it better, but I shouldn't have to practice on that. That was just kind of annoying, Especially now I can't fix the stars. I mean, it's not like I was probably going to play it, and that's not really... It was my siblings' Wii anyway, but still, Because my Wii's at my dad's house, but still, I don't really like that. And I'll say this game has some really good power-ups too. And I say it's definitely a very difficult game, but I think the reason why it's probably not as difficult as the DS one though is because it actually has a flying power-up and it has a repeller cap. It has the repeller cap in the game. See, the DS one does not have a repeller cap. It doesn't have any flying power-ups, so you just use platforming. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. And they make you use the mini mushroom a lot more too. But there's also not as many levels too. But that's not a bad thing in my opinion. I mean, as long as the game is fun, and like I said, for the most part, it's fun, but I do have some problems with it, with the controls, but for the most part, it's not that bad, and that's pretty much all I have to say about this game. But I wanted to do a review on this because I'm probably going to be doing Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon next, I'll do a review of it next month, and during Halloween, but I wanted to kind of go ahead and get some of these out of the way, but I need to kind of make these videos kind of a little bit shorter too, but but I have a lot to kind of say too, so, but a lot of people when they do reviews, they're usually not this long, but I don't know, but I did show off I was talking about some songs too and all that, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe I'll watch over the videos and kind of work on that too, because I don't need the videos to be long all the time. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later. Bye-bye.